y'all, it's Bethany from Southern Couture, and it's such a great and fun day. So you're looking at the newest illustrating Bible with the books of Psalms and Proverbs from Dayspring, and it is now officially available. So at the time this video has went up, it is out there. It has just went live. You can go grab yours, and I have a link down below where you can go grab it from Dayspring, and I can't wait to work through it with you guys. But then you come back here and we'll talk some more and show you some ideas and things that I'm doing in it today once you've got yours ordered. Now, if you want to see and you missed that video with all the nitty-gritty details, I do a flip through, show you comparison to the book of Luke that was like this, and also the full illustrating Bible. Then make sure you check that out if you want to see it. That is down below in the description as well, and you'll get all those details with you know, just comparison and kind of giving you an idea of the size and all of that goodness. So let's go ahead and jump in. Today's video, I'm going to be talking about some tips and encouragement for breaking open your Bible once you get it. This isn't pre-order. This is going to start shipping today. So what is so great about that is that you're going to have it probably toward the end of this week, if not before. And not guaranteed, but usually they have really fast shipping. And so what I love is that once you get it, you are going to be ready to break into it and start working in it if you want to. And I want to help encourage you to do that. At least do your first entry. Don't sit it on your desk and let it collect dust or on your shelf. I hear people say when they got the large illustrating Bible that they were too intimidated. The pages were so big, they didn't know what to do with it, and it took them a while to get into it. And I just want to break that. I want to break off that intimidation, and I have some fun tips and ideas for you to do that today. Also, I'm going to be doing my first process, like my first entry right here for you guys. So you can see if I mess up, if it doesn't go as I planned just right, whatever that may be, it may turn out perfectly. I doubt it. But you're going to be right here to see it. And then one thing that I'm going to be using in my entry today is this little printable here with these beautiful rainbows. They have a really fun corally, mustard, and an aqua type colors that will coordinate and go great with the color of the cover. And so I'm so excited about that. And what's even better is that this is a free printable for you guys. So as a big thank you for all your support all the time, I want you to have this little rainbow printable and to be able to use it in your Bible if you choose, in a planner, wherever that may be. It would be beautiful in a planner too. So I will leave a link down below where you can go and download the printable for free. And hopefully you'll be using it. If you do, share it with me, tag me if you do post any pictures on social media, or just send me a picture. You can send me a picture and a message probably here or over on Instagram, in the comments on blog, wherever. I would love to see it. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive in and get started with working in this first page. So here's what I'm doing. I'm going to be doing something that I'm going to do in honor, I guess you would say, of my good friend Lauren. And Lauren is from The Thinking Closet. I'm going to leave a link down below to her blog and also to her Instagram. You need to be following her if you aren't already. She's so talented. She has such a heart for the Lord. Beautiful Bible pages, a beautiful family, loves theater, just has this really beautiful heart overall, and she shares that with all of us. And so several years ago, she had done a page that was genius. I mean, just brilliant. And it was called Permission Pages. And so I'm going to leave a link to her blog and to that blog post, I believe, that she has, so that you can see it. I want to fully credit her because this is none of my idea. This is all her. And I shared how I did some permission pages that were from her back in the original illustrating Bible, the one with the rose gold cover. And I did that in that. I did like a spiral insert. I'll leave a link to that down below too, in case you're wanting to see that blog post. But what was so awesome about it is that their permission pages, it's exactly how it sounds. It's a place for you to go ahead, and in the front cover, you make a place that says what the Bible's for, what the Bible is not for, and feel free to mess up on that page. Go ahead and make those first mistakes so that you're not in the middle of a entry and you're disappointed because you put way too much watercolor and you've just flooded the page, or too many water, or your acrylic has just bled through and stuck to all these pages on your on the ends. You know what I mean? Like those kinds of mistakes that you feel like are just drastic. Get all those worries and imperfections and anxiety out on this permission page. And so like what we're talking about is, what is this Bible for? This Bible is for praise. This Bible is for growing my relationship with God. This Bible is for creativity. This Bible is not, these are some knots that we may put, not for perfectionism. This Bible is not for, likes on Instagram. This Bible is not for the praise of men. This Bible is, those are the types of things we're talking about when we make permission pages. I love setting up a Bible in that way because it really helps you just to jump over that hurdle, okay? And you just dive in, you get your first entry done, and you're like, oh, now I can breathe and I can really settle in and work in this Bible, which is what it's all about. So I just want to say I love you, Lauren, and I love that she shared that with all of us. She didn't have to share that she did that in her Bible, and she chose to, and it's been a great way for me personally to give myself grace when I'm working through a Bible, because I can tend to be a perfectionist. So let's go ahead and dive in, and I'm going to do that now. I have this first cover page, and they have, you could do it here, and as soon as you open it up, you've got what it's for and not for. You've got this page here that's got just a little bit of the writing here, and you could do it here. Then you have your title page. You could even do it right here on the title page. I really just want to keep my title page clean, I guess. That's just me personally. And I've got this full blank page right here before you even get to the first chapter of Psalms. So that is exactly where I'm going to be doing mine. Feel free to do it on any page you desire. It is not there's no rules with this. Remember, it's permission pages. So what I have done is these little rainbows are just printed out on white paper. I did print them out on clear sticker paper, and I've already cut some of them out. I'll leave a link down below to the clear paper that I use, so that if you want to make them into stickers, you can. It just makes it really nice and smooth on the page when you have something that may be a little bit more difficult to cut out. So that's why I did that. And then another thing that I'm going to be using are these little cards, and these are what I'm going to write what the Bible is for and not for on. These were actually memory dex cards. I just cut off the bottom where it had the little part where you can clip it into a memory dex, and I'm going to be using them for this. And you'll see I'm going to probably have them right here in the middle, and what I want it to say is I'm going to use some alphabet stickers to put what it's for and what it's not for. So I'm going to dive in and do this, and you guys can follow along with me. Once you get your Bible, I would just absolutely love to see some of you do this, and please share with me. I think that would be so fun. But before I do the alphabet stickers, I changed my mind. I want to go ahead and just kind of get some placement down with these little rainbows of what I would like for it to look like. I have this little spotty dot stamp that was actually from Dayspring, from one of their devotionals before. So if you have it, I think it was one of the Better Together, or I can't remember. It was one of those first kits they had, and I'm going to be using that to probably just add, I want to have a little bit of something, peeking out here and there. And then I've got the little spotty dots that came on the printable. So when you print those on the clear paper, it works great too. And that I can just kind of add for some accent. So let's go ahead and we'll start stamping a little bit and getting that bottom layer of color on the page. So I've got my stamp here. I've already got stamp on my finger, see there? And I don't want to get that on the page. And so I've just stamped with this VersaFine. This is the pigment ink for fine details. I love that ink pad so much. It gets a real crisp color on it. So that's what I'm using. I am honestly just going to eyeball it. This is not going to be an hour-long page. This is going to be just a way for me to get this down of what I want this to, really be about. And I want to encourage you to do the same. Don't feel like this is anything that needs to be, perfect. We are getting out all of the mistakes and flaws and things like that now. So I just re-inked, but I only re-inked on one end of it because essentially it's probably just going to be covering that up, and it's just peeking out a little bit. So I like that, how that kind of looks for now. And I think that will be all. Well, let's see. I want to add a little bit more color. Let me grab a piece of scrap paper right here. I'm actually going to, I want to just kind of protect up there, and I'm going to stamp just a little bit off of this top corner, you know, just to have a little bit more of those fun dots that I love. Okay, so we got that done. I'll put the ink over here for now, and let's actually, I'm just gonna go ahead and stick this little guy down. I've got my adhesive runner. If you have any questions though about, you know, kind of more detail about this thought process behind it and all, I encourage you to go over to Lauren's page and really, oh, you know what I just did? First mistake, guys. I told you, and I don't know that I can, well, let's just leave it, okay? See, I'm so happy that happened actually, because now you see. Okay, I was actually wanting that one on the bottom, but it's all right. We're gonna just leave it like this, and we're just gonna go with it. So for this one here, you're going to have to leave it where it can pop up, because I'll show you what I'm gonna do with it. So I'm actually going to, and that says rad, isn't that cute? The color actually matches. I think I'll just leave that on the back of it. I would normally just cover that up with, make it white, but I'm just gonna leave it for now. And then let's get some washi over here. And I'm gonna just use this, I think actually I'll use this color because I can make more of that color pop out. Okay, but what I was saying before I made my mistake, which actually is a good thing, so you guys could see that happen now, and that I'm not fretting over it, is to go over to Lauren's blog, and I'm gonna find that blog post and have it for you guys so that you can see what, in more detail about this whole permission page idea. It's just brilliant, and I think that it's a way for us to all release any kind of fears or perfection that we may have, you know, which is just what the enemy would love for us to do, right? Is to give up and not open it because we're just afraid something will mess up. And so it's okay. All right. So I liked how that's kind of got that torn, not so thick edge. And then I'm just going to slide it down like that just to give it a little something extra. You wouldn't need to. And so now I can just flip that over as I please. Okay. So now we need to let's go ahead and get these down so that I don't keep bumping into them. And I actually want this blue one down here. Okay. And I'm gonna just peel the back off of them. But if you've never used like the Avery clear sticker paper, once you put it down, there's no going back, okay? I've put stuff down in the wrong place and really felt like I messed up before, and you can't get it off unless you plan on destroying your page because it sticks. There's no doubt about it. So just be mindful of that if you've never used it. Now this one, I kind of wanted it to have like an extra layer, not just be flat and have another dimension to it. So I cut it out of the clear paper and just put it on white cardstock and then on some scraps, and then you have it there. Just like if you were to print it on white cardstock, you don't have to reprint it if you don't need to. Okay, I just put this adhesive in the middle because I kind of want this to be 3D without having to use like one of those 3D popper sticker things. I just want it to kind of curl up on its own. And see, I like how that looks, kind of how it's like coming up off of the page a little bit. That's perfect. And so let me go ahead and get these down up here as well. I'm really excited about this. I love how it's turning out and that the colors are really making that cover pop behind me. It's so fun. Okay, so we got all that there. Now, here's the part we need to get down is that what I want it to say. And it's going to say, this Bible is ... And we're gonna have on this little tabs, it's gonna say not for and for. And that just means what it's for, what it's not for, like I explained earlier. So let's do that. And I'm gonna get all of these little stickers on here. I'm just using, these are some of the Alpha, the homespun. This is the Black Eyed Pea, the black one from Dayspring. These are, you know, from Dayspring and Illustrated Faith. So if you don't have these, I'm obsessed. I want them in like more colors because they're so fun. I just like kind of like the style of them, and the font to it is a little bit wonky and just really cute. So another fun thing that you really could do is you could definitely take and use different alphas and kind of change it up a little bit if you wanted to. But I think I'm just going to keep with the same one. I like the look of it, but it would be fun to kind of make, you know, do different alphas. And I wanted to kind of have more of my color in those rainbows and those popping off the page than necessarily all of, you know, the alphas having these bright colors. And I just didn't want to take away from that part and from the cover. It's just so pretty. So how many of you are loving the cover? Let me know below. I really like the color. We had the navy with the Book of Luke, and I loved it. But this one I really like, because coral's one of my absolute favorite colors. And so I love that they kept, you know, did that. That's so fun. Okay, so here is the problem, is like I use so many E's, right? Whoever has an extra E? And so when that happens, I just cut out the one from the package, and it actually cut it up a little and didn't mean to. I tore it right there. So I just tear it or cut it out of the package, not tear it. That's not what you want to do, which is what I kind of did. And then just trim off that, you know, excess around it. And I actually like the way it looks. It just kind of like, again, that wonky, imperfect look. And so we're gonna have this Bible, and then we're gonna say is. And these little dots are always so fun to get off, right? And thank you for getting in there with me. This tends to get sometimes a little tedious, just watching somebody put stickers down. But I wanted to have this page kind of done and shown for you before I go away. So, and I like to do it in real time. It just, you guys see when I mess up, and I like that because it's real. So now we got this Bible is, and then I'm actually just going to take a pen and I would say I would get like some little mini alphas, but I'm just going to go ahead and put this Bible is and put not for and for right here on these tabs. Okay, this Bible is not for, and this Bible is for. And then I'm going to go and write down things that I talked about earlier that I want to include on that, and I will show a picture at the end of the video like I normally do, so that you can see that finished, okay? Because I really want to, you know, kind of pray over those things in a way. I don't want to rush through writing those down just to get something on the page. And so I'll share those at the very end, I promise. At least you'll see the top one. And that, like, nothing to hide with the bottom one. I just don't want to, you know, rush through anything. Okay, so I'm just getting down, of course, some more of these fun spotty dots that were in the printable. I love that. So fun. You could even add like a rainbow on there if you wanted to. You could add anything like that. I'm going to add just like a little bow clip, because I want this page to be one that I never forget. It's at the front of my Bible, so when I open it, I see, you know, these really great reminders of what this Bible is for and what it's not for, these permission pages. And so I'm gonna put this little clip. It's just a black and white paper clip with some scrap fabric that's just tied in a knot right up there at the top. And so that way it just will help, you know, to kind of stand off. So let me grab some washi here. And I guess you can imagine which one I'm pulling. Let's see, I do want to pull that one, but I'm thinking I might pull, I had some, let's just pull this color actually. Huh, surprised myself. I'm going to use this turquoise one actually, because I like how that pops off, brings it out down here, and we've already got so much black already at the top of the page that I really like that. Okay, so I've just put that down with that extra scrap piece I had when I tore that one off. And I think one other thing that I do want to add, here's my pen, is like, it just needs maybe like some something to make it not look so quite so perfect. Do you know what I mean? Let me see. I want to see if this pen right here, this is a like Faber-Castell pen. I want to see if it's, yeah, it's a little bit thinner. I'm going to just go in and add like some little doodles because there's just a whole lot of, you know, blank white space here. And I want it to have a little bit more design on it. I like doing these little scribbly hearts to finish off a page sometimes. I think that's fun. And then I'm gonna go back in. Another thing I like to do is pull this highlighter washi. This is from Dayspring and Illustrated Faith. I leave links down below where you can find all of their fun Bible journaling stuff. And I'm gonna pull some of the colors that are here that I'm using. And then I just take it, I rip off a piece, rip it again, and make these little crosses. And it's just something I really like to finish the page off with that I've been doing lately. I think it's fun, adds another layer. And that's kind of how I do that. Now let me go ahead and try to think. I think this pinkish color will probably be the best one that will match the best. And I just keep doing that. And so I'm gonna add a few more of these and just place them random on the page. And that will be it. I'm gonna do it in the little blue aqua color that's also included. Now this is called highlighter washi. If you have never seen it, it's amazing. It does things like this. You could use it, I've used it in a planner to, like, you know, mark the boxes off or whatever. You can also use it, like it said, as highlighter, and so you could put it right over your text. And if the color's a little darker, it may be a little bit harder to read through it, but it's totally doable. But the lighter colors especially, you can see right through it and highlight your scripture. It's just a brilliant idea, and I love it. Okay, this one's a little bit long or bigger, but that's okay. I'll just put it there in that little, to kind of fill up that empty space. I don't mind having, you know, white space sometimes, but a lot of times I like to have it have different textures and layers and whatnot. So, and now we need one more. I like to do things in threes and not always even numbers, right? I'm not a like interior designer, but I think that's how it's supposed to be. Okay. Well, there we have it, guys. I think I'm pretty happy with that. I'm going to write these things on here that this Bible's for and what it's not for, and that will complete my page. So keep watching at the end. You'll see that little picture, and that way you'll have some idea of what this Bible is definitely for. Head over again to Lauren's blog and you'll see more about this whole permission page idea. And don't forget, make sure that you go down below in the description to the link and grab your free printable too, with all these cute rainbows and spotty dots. And hopefully you'll go ahead and break open yours once you get it and you can start working on your first entry. Do not be intimidated. You see, I have already done my first page and I made mistakes, and that is perfectly fine. So now I have this really fun little bow clip that sticks out to always remind me when I open my Bible what this Bible is for. I love it. It's just really special, I feel like, to do that anytime you open up a new Bible. And grab your Psalms and Proverbs if you haven't. Now stay tuned. Once you get yours, I'm going to be back very soon sharing my plan for using this Bible coming up in March. And I want all of you to join me in March as I do something really fun with this Bible and with the book of Proverbs. So stay tuned for that. Let me know if you would love to join in or love to hear more details about it in the comments down below. Make sure you're subscribed and click that little bell icon so you'll know when the next video is out. And I hope y'all have a wonderful day. See you then. Bye-bye.